Hello, I had my hostess club today and we made this really fun card, and I'm going to share it with you if you'd like to join me and have a little fun. This is the card that we made, and it's a surprise inside pop-up card, some people call it, and I'm using mine as a front for a regular card, so you can still open it up and write inside, rather than just being able to have that part there. So this is the card we're going to make. We're going to use a different border punch. I somehow managed to have this border punch get broken. It's not working, so maybe that's why it's retiring, I don't know. But here we go. These are the pieces that we're going to need. We have our card base, and we have some designer series paper and a card front, and that's the first thing we're going to work with. So, and then we have these other pieces that I'll just set aside until we need them. So we're just going to get these out of the way. First thing we're going to do is take our designer series paper and, of course, adhere it down, and I want to make sure this upper edge is nice and tightly adhered. And just going to get that down nice and straight, hopefully. This one, I want to get this bottom edge adhered really well. Again, get it nice and straight. Let's bring in our paper trimmer. Sorry about that. And I'm going to line this up with 3 3/8, because I want to cut about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And then I'm going to go from my 3/4 mark to my 4.5. Okay, then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to find my 3 3/8. No, it's 2 3/8. I want 3 3/8, and I'm going to go from 4.5 to 3/4, and then on my bottom edge I'm going to connect those two lines. So I want to line those up with this and here. So I have to first get my horizontal lined up, then I can put it into the paper, and then I'm going to bring this line to the cut line. Okay. So now I should have 3 cuts that are pretty close together. There we go. Okay. And that's the first stage. Then I'll bring in my score, Stampin' Score, and I'm going to need 3 score lines. One's going to be right here where these cut lines end, and I can just kind of go in here, if you can see, and I'm just going to, at the end of the line, feel for the closest score line. I'm just going to take it from one cut to the other. Then I'm going to do the same thing where my 2 pieces of designer series paper come together. I'm going to feel for that score line and just go down it. And then for this one, I'm going to, I want about, 1/4 inch. So I'm going to go to this little edge, and I'm going to find a score line, and I'm going to make another score line there. That's handy dandy holder, and then I'm going to score this guy up out of the way. So I'm going to put this And then this one's going to come down as a mountain fold. I'm going to try and get it straight. And then this one's going to get folded up. And this piece right here, I'm going to give some sticky strip to. So I have my little piece of sticky strip, and I'm going to put it toward the crease line. Okay. And that part is done, so we can set this aside. And we're also done with our Score Pal, or Stampin' Score. It's Simply Scored. Wow, lots of words. Okay. Now, for the next part, I'm just going to put some adhesive on the first, like, 3/4 of an inch of this little ribbon that I've punched out. And I'm going to put it right on the cream colored piece with the polka dots. And I'm going to take it across. Then I'm going to flip this over. You can see I'm just going to take my scissors and or my paper snips, and I'm going to snip that away. I'm going to put some adhesive on the rest of this piece. And then I'm going to line this up. Okay, so we're ready. That is all ready to go. Cute, cute. Set that aside. Now, I have a piece that's 4.5 by 3. It's, I punched it with our tag corner punch, and I'm going to put one of these fun little blossoms here that are unfortunately also retiring. Let me get the brad for that. So I'm going to use these little 5/16 neutral brad and a little piece of this crochet trim ribbon. And I'm just going to take my little crochet trim ribbon, lay it down on my piercing mat, along with my little brad and my little flower. Try and get them kind of centered. And I'm going to pierce through to my piercing mat. I do have my mat here. And then I'm going to just take my vanilla brad and pop it through there. And once I open that up, I've got a little tag, and my tag is going to fit right in here. But first I need to put a little piece of paper to guide it. So I have a 3/4 by 7-inch piece of copy paper here, and I'm going to wrap it loosely around my tag so that my it'll help keep my tag in the right area on my card, and it won't slip left and right and get caught in the adhesive. So I've got that down there, and now I'm going to put some adhesive on it, and I'm going to adhere it to the top of my card. Now I'm going to take a circle punch. It doesn't really matter which size. This is a 1 3/8, and it fits pretty nicely in the center of the window that we've cut out. I'm going to go about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch down, and punch that out, and then my tag can get slipped right into there. like that. And it should line up with the bottom, and I can pull it up through my card. Get my ribbon tucked back there. Okay. So I can take this little piece off. And slipped out. I want to kind of get it centered here on the back. Put it down and bring this right to the edge. Close as we can get. Okay. So that gives us the start of our mechanism. Then I've already stamped my pieces. I have the inside greeting, and this is going to go on my card front. So this is going to go on here. And, you know, it's a little crooked, so I can probably, you know, angle it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this down to get those words to look straight. So just hold on for one sec. Okay, I just kind of cut some of the sides off to let me be able to angle this, so without having any of the paper show around this, but still be in the window, hopefully. So let's see what happens. We're going to go ahead and tape this down. And then on the back here, I kind of want to frame it out with red sticky tape. So. Okay. This is only 1/8 of an inch smaller than my card front, so I pretty much know that I don't have a whole lot of red's going to be showing. Just enough to lock everything into place. And my card's going to lay down nice and flat. Okay, so the only thing left to do is put my pieces together. I haven't sponged these yet, so maybe I should do that real quick. You don't have to watch me do that. So hold on one sec. And I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial from power.stampinup.net, Power TV. Thanks.